She didn't fall out of love. She just stopped believing it was safe to try anymore. And the terrifying part? You might not have even noticed it happening. There's a moment, a very specific, quiet moment, that changes everything in a relationship. It doesn't happen with a fight. It doesn't happen with tears. It happens in silence. In a text message she chose not to send. In a need she decided to swallow. In a version of herself she buried to keep the peace. By the end of this, you're going to understand exactly what that moment is, and why missing it can cost you everything. Picture this. She used to tell you everything. The small things, the ridiculous things. She'd text you at 2 p.m. just because something reminded her of you. She'd stay up a little too late just to hear your voice. She made effort feel effortless. Then slowly, it changed. The texts got shorter. Her answers became one word. She stopped sharing the little things, the funny videos, the random thoughts, the "I miss you" messages that used to come without warning. And here's the part that hurts most, you noticed. You asked. She said, "I'm fine." You believed her. But she wasn't fine. She was grieving. She was grieving a version of this relationship that once felt safe, and slowly stopped feeling that way. Here's what most people don't understand about emotional withdrawal. It's not anger. It's not manipulation. It's not a game. It's self-preservation. When a person, especially someone deeply empathetic, gives everything they have to someone and receives inconsistency in return, their nervous system learns something. It learns that vulnerability equals pain, that effort equals disappointment, that hoping equals setting yourself up to get hurt. So they adapt. They don't leave, not at first. They just stop bringing themselves fully into the relationship. They keep just enough connection to stay, while protecting the parts of themselves that have already been bruised. Psychologists call this emotional detachment, but in real life, it just looks like distance. And it escalates in layers you probably never tracked. First, she stopped over-explaining herself. She used to justify everything, her feelings, her needs, her reactions. Then one day she just stopped. Not because she had nothing to say, but because she got tired of her words being minimized. Second, she stopped initiating the plans, the conversations, the affection. She used to reach out first, always. Then she started waiting, not to play games, but to see if you would, to see if she mattered enough for you to try. You didn't always try. Third, and this is the one that cuts deepest, she stopped bringing you her problems. She used to come to you when she was overwhelmed. She used to trust you with her fears, her insecurities, her darkest 3 a.m. thoughts. And then quietly, without you realizing it, she started handling everything alone. Because somewhere along the way, coming to you started to feel like a burden instead of a bridge. And then there's the moment I told you about at the beginning. It doesn't look dramatic. It probably happened on a Tuesday, or a random Sunday evening. She needed you, not for anything big, just to feel seen, to feel like she mattered, to feel like her presence in your life was something you actually treasured. And you were there, but not really there. Distracted, dismissive, or maybe just unaware. And she looked at you in that moment, and something quietly broke. Not loudly, not with a scene. It just broke. Like a thread that had been pulled too many times, finally giving way. She didn't tell you. She smiled. She moved on. She went to bed that night with that feeling sitting heavy in her chest. And in the morning, she was a little more closed off than the day before, a little more behind glass. Here's the truth nobody says out loud. When a woman emotionally withdraws, she's not trying to punish you. She's not playing hard to get. She's not being difficult. She's protecting what's left of herself. Because every time she opened up and was met with indifference, even unintentional indifference, it cost her something. And after enough withdrawals from that account, she ran out of emotional currency to spend. She's not cold. She's careful now. There's a difference. Cold is the absence of feeling. Careful is feeling too much and learning to hide it. Now, here's where I want you to sit with something uncomfortable. Her withdrawal is not the problem. It's the symptom. The problem is the accumulated weight of feeling unseen. Feeling like her emotional needs were inconvenient. Feeling like she had to shrink herself to be easy to love. And if you're watching this and feeling a tightness in your chest, that's recognition. That's your gut telling you that somewhere in your relationship, someone has been slowly going quiet and you haven't noticed yet. Or maybe you have noticed and you don't know what to do. Here's what you do. You stop waiting for her to open back up on her own. You stop expecting her to meet you in the middle when you haven't moved first. You show up consistently, not with grand gestures, with the small ones, the ones that say, I see you, you matter here, you're safe with me. Because what closed in layers only opens in layers. If something in this hit you somewhere real, don't ignore that feeling. That feeling is information. This channel exists for the people who want to understand the deeper currents running underneath their relationships, the silence, the distance, the invisible emotional architecture that holds two people together or quietly pulls them apart. If that's you, you already know what to do next to her. She didn't stop loving you overnight. She stopped feeling safe, one unanswered need at a time. The question now is whether you'll be the person who notices. Before it's too late to matter.